Roman, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Let me begin by asking you, what's the current situation like? Undoubtedly, with the visit of the US president, it has given that big boost to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The president has been asking for more military aid. What's the ground situation like?
As for ground situation with the war effort, the front is pretty much in stalemate since the winter offensive that took back Kherson. And since then, there's been very little movement on the ground. It's essentially a trench war with very, very small gains of land for a large cost of life. So the front is not really moving. Ukrainians have less casualties than Russian because we are on the defensive there. By our reports, it's like 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 casualties, depending on the direction of the front. As for situation in the not frontline part of the country, the further from the front, the safer. In Kyiv, where I am, it's rather safe and the economy is functioning, businesses are working, people are walking on the streets, pretty much living their normal lives, except for the moment when there is a threat of bombardment and the air alarm. At that point, we follow the regular security measures and go to the safe locations like bunkers and bomb shelters.
Well, in fact, just 30 seconds, I would like to take one more question with you, Roman, with regards to the sudden visit of the US president. Can we get a little bit more details as to when did he actually arrive in Kiev? And was there any idea that anyone had in Kiev about this sudden move? We've seen in the past also UK, UK Prime Minister has also visited, but with the visit of the US president, what's the situation like? Are there apprehensions that Russia could actually escalate this entire war?
The visit was not announced. The news about it, I've seen unconfirmed news about 4 hours ago, and then it was confirmed about 3 hours ago, I think. And from what I've heard, he came on the plane, which is unique because most other foreign ambassadors and leaders came by the train because there is no fly zone, not no fly zone, but there is very little flying over Ukraine because it's unsafe as a war zone. So they normally came through Poland on the train. It was not announced. Like a minute after it was official that Biden is in Ukraine, there was a countrywide air alarm. So the threat of bombardment of entire country. Everywhere the sirens went on. I have not heard if there were actual hits or they all were intersected. I don't know about the escalation. There is not much to escalate except for maybe nuclear war. Like it's as much of a war.
Thank you very much for getting